Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're going to be looking at the Halo Wars Arbiter from McFarlane. This is RIPA MORAMEE. Not nearly as popular as Thel, the one from Halo 3 and Halo 2, but this figure is way cooler, way better. If you want to see a quick comparison, go to the review that is in that link right there. Otherwise, just watch this review and look at this figure. He stands 6 inches tall, just about 6 inches tall to the tallest point when he's standing just normal like this. Accessories are the 2 energy swords, the 2 plasma swords. They are not translucent plastic as they usually are, but they are actually really cool looking. They're sculpted well, and they have these cool little hand guards on there that he had in the game. He holds them fairly well, and they just look really cool. As far as paint goes, this guy looks awesome. He's got the silver armor with that goldish orange inlay. It's like a wash, but I assume they probably actually put it in there, not just used a wash on it. So the armor itself looks really cool. It's nice and metallic. The undersuit has a nice dry brush to accent the texturing, and then of course it has the gray lining as opposed to the blue that Thel has. So it's very cool looking. The face paint, the eyes are done really well, the teeth are done really well. I can't say I love the sculpt of the face, it just kind of looks a little bit odd to me. And his legs are a little bit short, I think, too. Not too much that it's a problem, but they are worth noting that they're a little bit short. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. As far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint, so it looks up and down, it rotates. And left to right just a little bit, not a whole lot. The neck technically is on a joint also, but you're not going to get much out of it, even though the armor is kind of soft there. It's very limited. This piece of armor is quite soft, and these pieces are also soft, so you're not going to get too much restriction on these shoulder discs, or ball discs, ball hinges. They are massive, so you're going to get a pretty good range of motion out of them. It's really not a problem for me at all. The bicep swivel is in there. It's just a cut joint, but it's hidden by the armor on both sides, so it's not too bad. It doesn't really bother me too much. The elbows have a single hinge. You get about 90 degrees, a little bit less, so it's good enough for me. It's not the best, but it's definitely good enough. The wrists are on a ball joint, so you get a rotation and a pivot. The fingers are not articulated, so you're going to have to heat them probably to get the swords in there, but once you get them in there, they're not going to come out too easily. So that's fine by me. The torso is on a ball peg, sorry about that. So he's got some side-to-side movement, and he's got some swivel going on. I can't talk, I'm sorry, it's early. And a little bit of forward and back, but not too much. If you look, this armor is a separate piece. It's connected to the lower torso, but it fits in with the upper armor. And back here, this armor is all connected to the upper torso, so it hides the joint perfectly well. They just did a really good job with that. It looks pretty cool. The hips, as you can see, are ball hinges, so they can go up and down like that. Pretty good range of motion, and then they swivel, of course, as well. The thighs have a cut joint for a swivel in there. The armor is on top of that, so it hides the joint pretty well. It fits nicely too. They did a really good job with this guy. The knees have a hinge. Let's get the arm out of the way. The knees have a hinge. It's not going to be used that much probably, just due to the sculpt of the lower leg, but there is a hinge joint in there. And then the ankles have a little bit of a pivot in there, but not too much. Do they have a swivel? No swivel. So the ankles have just a little bit of a pivot, but not a whole lot. His feet, I don't know why. They look way tiny to me. I don't know. Not enough to say the figure's not cool, but I don't remember him having small legs in the game. So maybe that's just me. Maybe it's an error in the sculpt. I don't know. But still, it's a really cool looking figure. And if you don't care which Arbiter you get, RIPA's definitely the way to go with the dual swords and the bigger upper body and the cool armor. Otherwise, if you're going for which one has a better story and that kind of thing, then go with Thel. But either way, guys, here he is. This is the Arbiter from Halo Wars. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, more custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.